Okay, so Ronnie, you're never going to guess what happened to me.
What happened to you?
Well, I ordered some licorice from a place called American Licorice Factory. Anybody in the West Coast would probably know about it very well.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it a few weeks ago after I was at a friend's house in Washington, which I'm saying that completely wrong because I'm from Texas and we wash everything apparently. Washington. And I ordered something at his house.
Okay.
Well, I go and
did it come to his house?
Yeah, the licorice order came to his house. Well, I looked at the app afterwards, said, just keep the order.
Wait. You ordered it while you're at his house and it came there. Isn't that what you wanted?
Yeah, the other product. But then I came home, I'm sorry, weeks later, order this licorice because I wanted it. And you just can't really get what you want anymore. You have to kind of go to the manufacturer sometimes. I ordered the licorice and lo and behold, you'll never guess what happened.
It went to Washington.
And I texted him and called him and said, hey, just keep it. Don't worry about it. I don't need the stuff anyways. And it was using the shop app as the back end of their ordering system. Well, this time I went there, I checked everything. It looked like it was coming to me. I make another order a couple days ago.
Guess Washington.
Washington.
Back to Washington.
So I texted my friend, said, dear Mark, long text that was pretty funny. And basically he said, no problem. I'll forward it back to you. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'm going to have to call them up and figure out what's going on. I don't know if it was me or it's them.
It's not going through Amazon or nothing. It's going directly from them, right?
So it's not from them using the shop app. And most people probably have used it buying stuff.
Right.
It's a back end piece for people that build websites and they can connect it in. It's not bad. It's very handy. It just didn't work. Something didn't pop out to me, or I missed it, or I just messed up again.
That's strange.
Yeah. And on that note, so this is an exciting day.
Why? Because you're wearing the exact same shirt as last week?
Well, I like this shirt. Yeah, you know what? You're wearing the same shirt last week also.
Prove it.
I'll have to go back to episode 11. This is episode 12. I'm Adam Ogan.
And I'm Ronnie Tofty.
And this is 5 Acre Tech. But here's the cool thing. Our first guest.
We have a guest?
We actually have a guest.
Do we have to pay him?
No, we're not even getting paid yet.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're
going to give him all of our money.
We're going to give him everything that we got. We're going to see what happens. Okay. He is our solar expert. I want to welcome Caleb Warren. Hey, Caleb.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Pretty good. So you're our solar expert.
Maybe enthusiast would be the better word. I hate to use that word expert too loosely, but yeah, definitely an enthusiast.
So kind of a solar guinea pig.
There you go.
That'll work. That. Right. Or the enthusiast is right in the middle. I'm the solar guinea pig. So anyways, we're gonna leave Caleb aboard. And we got several topics to talk about, and then we're going to talk about solar at the end. I think you guys will be excited at the next project we're going to do. And this will also lead into our first YouTube video explaining what we can do with it. But the first thing I think we should talk about is some of the exciting things in iOS 17.
Why?
Oh, well, I blew this one. So, guys, this one is my fault. Any of you iPhone fans out there, I happen to have two people here, Caleb, which there he is somewhere there, and Ronnie, which I'm pointing over to him directly, and you're not supposed to point at people, apparently my mom said. They both have Android.
Yeah, guilty as charged.
So I thought it would be a good topic because this is my favorite month.
Why?
Why?
Why is
Because
September?
the
favorite?
new version of iOS for the iPhones and all the iPad and everything comes out in September.
Nice. Are they
Yeah.
going
Sweet.
to finally try to keep up with Android?
Yeah. So I know Caleb's family pretty well, and he's the only one left that has not moved over to iOS in any sort. Maybe I think his iPad.
Yeah, I do have an iPad. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. That's a little better than Ronnie. So did I say, wait a minute. Did I say
My
that out
tablet's
loud?
not Android.
That's true. He's got a Surface, so he's okay. That's a Microsoft Surface is fine. Even though it doesn't really work as a tablet, and they try to make it work.
It's all right.
It's okay, but I love it. I love that device. So there's a lot of exciting things coming out. One of the things that I did, I went ahead and did the last beta, about a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, I think at this time. And I downloaded the beta on the iPad, the watch, bought an Apple TV, did the beta on that, because one thing that excited me that was really awesome is you can use your phone as the camera. And if you're watching right now on YouTube, this is kind of how you would put it underneath the screen to do a FaceTime video call. And you can use your phone as the camera under your TV using FaceTime on the Apple TV.
Wait a second. I don't understand. Say that again.
So
Pretend I'm 4.
okay,
And
pretend you're
explain it to
4.
me.
Hi, Ronnie. Oh, wait a minute. I shouldn't do that. So basically, the new version of iOS 17 and all the new versions coming out for all the products of Apple, the Apple TV will now have FaceTime icon on the Apple TV. So that's going to be at your television.
But there's no camera on your television.
There's no camera. So now your phone can wirelessly connect under the TV or above the TV. Get that just right. And be the camera.
Cool.
So you can just put your phone there, make the call, and it's like you're sitting on your couch talking from couch to couch. My brother and I love to do that. So
if you don't have a web camera,
don't have a webcam. Most people don't have a webcam above their TV. And if you've tried to, it's just no fun. It's absolutely no fun at all.
it makes you look far away when you do that. If you put
It
your web
does.
camera on your TV,
Yeah.
even if you're fairly close.
Yeah.
I had, whenever I did mine, I put it on a tripod and moved it close so it looked more like a natural.
Yeah. It's great. The cool thing is if you have an iPad and you have a Pro, the camera will zoom in on you and follow the person who's talking and widen out if there's a couple people. And so does the iPhone with the Apple TV.
Cool.
So it's cool.
Is there any other cool features that the iPhone's going to come out with?
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool features. I'm not going to know. I don't think we're going to have time to talk about all of them today, but we can definitely get to them. Tons of stickers. The FaceTime will allow you to do a audio message, video or audio message to FaceTime calls. You can do new reactions. So you'll just put a thumbs up and all of a sudden you will get reactions that are really cool, augmented reality reactions, confetti coming down, fireworks, all sorts of stuff.
So it looks more real.
Yeah, much more real. And one of the things you can do is if you have a magnetic stand to charge your phone by your dresser or your desk, you can turn it sideways, and it's really hard to see in this, and it will show a whole new screen with a clock, your calendar. You can switch through different apps. Very nice.
Cool.
Works great. At nighttime, it turns it red. I mean, it's fantastic.
Is the camera finally going to be anywhere near an Android? That's always the biggest question.
Well, I know we talked about that. but I think it's coming, and you know it because you told me. So I iPhone 14, 15, whatever
15.
I have, came out with a 48 megapixel camera, really awesome. Then my friend came out with his 200 megapixel camera,
Samsung, right?
Samsung,
Okay.
yeah. And then we heard that it's going to be a 5,000 megapixel camera on the Apple.
Wow.
I don't believe you.
You know, I don't think it's 5,000 megapixel, but it's something. Do you remember what it was?
No, I don't.
Yeah. So apparently it is going to be a different, I think it's going to have what you called prism. Prism technology, or it's going to be a
Telescope.
periscope.
Periscope.
So basically, when you take your phone out of your pocket, you go up periscope.
I don't know if that's what it's going to do or not.
I think it will. And then when you're done, you just put your phone back in your pocket, go down periscope.
Okay.
That's not what I read.
Oh,
What I read was it's actually going to, when you zoom in, it is going to, what it does is takes the image before you zoom it and holds it. And as you zoom in, it doesn't pixelate.
oh,
And so
that's
it's
pretty
better.
cool.
That's what the periscoping feature.
To be honest, in both platforms, it's amazing the cameras
It's true.
on the phone
Oh,
that they're coming out with. It's just
absolutely.
crazy.
I love that it's now to the camera, and every year it's just getting better and better and better. You don't really need to buy a camera anymore unless you just are super professional making money. These are incredible cameras.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I totally agree.
We didn't do a little factoid.
Oh, let's do a factoid.
We're like 10 minutes and 12 minutes into this podcast, and we didn't even go to the factoid yet. I think you're just that excited about the iOS stuff.
Sorry.
It's okay. You ever watch Top Gun?
Yeah, I've seen Top Gun. Caleb, you?
Everyone has, right?
Yeah.
What does Maverick always request and then always get denied? Do you remember? He always says, I request a blank by.
Oh, flyby.
A flyby.
Oh, yeah. It's a flyby.
And they always say negative.
And then
He always does it anyway.
So when was the first flyby of Saturn?
Of Saturn.
Man-made object that did a flyby of Saturn.
Oh.
What year do you think that was? Caleb, if you got to guess, you can for sure guess. The
Wow.
first man-made object to do a flyby.
2019.
Nope.
Dang it.
Were you thinking it was Tesla?
Well, who knows? I don't remember. I follow this stuff, but I can't remember dates very well.
The car?
I love watching it.
Okay. 1986.
No. 1977.
Wow.
The first man-made object to do a flyby of Saturn.
Wow.
They don't say what it was, though, but they just said that's what it was.
Probably a knockoff of Sputnik.
Yeah. Wasn't that the Russian?
Yeah. Just send out a signal so they can pick it up.
I wonder if that was the device that they were sending to pass every planet in the solar system, and eventually took pictures of Pluto and then kept on going after that. Hubble's like around the Earth, it's taking those pictures. But it was it was like a moving through space, and it was passing really close by each planet and taking shots of it, and sending it back to Earth. And I wonder if it was that device.
Probably, because it's got a picture here of Saturn. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know about
iOS. Back to iOS.
Yeah, we can go back to iOS.
If you want.
Actually, I want to bring up something else. I just feel like these headphones are not working as good. I suggest we all go out and buy new headphones. And this is the one I would like to get. AirPods. These AirPods are really good. I don't know if you guys have ever used them before.
Do you have really big ear canals? Because that's not going to fit mine.
That is a little large.
It's going to be painful. I'm telling you.
It's going to be painful.
Well, I'm going in for an ear operation in a week or two, maybe.
Really? What is that? Honestly, what is
this?
that?
This is something I found on the internet on one of those apps where you can buy stuff overseas pretty cheap. And this is actually a Bluetooth speaker.
Really? Is it any good?
I don't know. I haven't hooked it up yet. This is what one of my grandkids does.
Huh?
Bluetooth mode.
Said Bluetooth mode.
Gotcha.
So apparently you can hook up a SD card in here and play micro SD card and play something direct. You can hook up a chip in here, charge it. It's got some volume control. It's pretty funny. I thought this would be crazy tech. And this is the first episode of Crazy Tech, part of the show. And this is it.
Cool.
I don't know
cool.
what we're going to do with it. I'll put it down.
Well, I think we should talk to Caleb now. What do you think?
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
So Caleb, one of the things we wanted to do is we've talked about the Blue Eddy solar generator. I know you've got one and you bought some solar panels, and we've talked about hooking it up to my travel trailer. It's got a 30 amp travel trailer shore power hookup. They'll fit right into it. So I can convert my 50 amp to a 30. We can run one AC. I want to see what it does, how long it lasts off that particular model. I'm not sure if you know offhand what that model number is.
The one that I have
Yes.
is the AC 200 Max.
Right. And
So
we just
it has, oh,
gonna,
go ahead.
Yeah, we don't know what we're going to do with it yet, as in, will it run? So tell us a little about it.
Yeah. So the, like you said, it has a 30 amp connector on the front, which is really cool. Just plug in your RV and you can keep powering it for a good while. It's got a 2000 watt hour lithium ion battery pack inside it. So, you know, it'll run a number of devices for a considerably long time. Now, one of the things that when you're RVing, everybody wants is air conditioning, of course, you know, especially where we live, so hot in South Texas, but it pulls a lot of energy, as everybody knows. So one of the tests that we've been wanting to do for a long time is hook the solar generator up to your RV and and put one of your roof mounted ACs on and see how long it would last. You know, I think it'd be cool to see how long it would last without solar panels, you know,
Right.
and then with solar panels in the day, during the
Right.
daytime, you get in the sunlight, how long it would last. I think that'd be awesome to do
Yeah.
that comparison.
So Caleb is going to allow us to try this out, and at the same time, we'll report back to the podcast, and we're going to do our first YouTube video that will basically show everybody what they can do with this on this particular travel trailer at this particular amps. And I think it's going to be very interesting. I haven't really seen a video that has to the detail of this, and then we should be able to calculate if we need more battery packs to hook up to it or not.
That's what I was going to ask. So you can daisy chain other batteries to it?
Yes.
Yes, you can. And so you can get as much as over 8,000 watt hours of energy, you know, by adding two more battery packs and daisy chaining them to the unit. So yeah, it definitely has enough energy if you did that you could run your AC on your RV all night. I have no doubt in my mind about that. You could do it, but we're just curious what it'll do by itself, even, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a little kit when I bought mine that Blue Eddy had, and it was two portable solar panels. They're 350 watts each for a total of 700 watts. And so that's what we're going to be using. But
Right.
the Blue Eddy, the 200 Max, will actually accept an input of 1,200 watts of solar. So whatever our result is, however many hours it is that it runs with the solar panels and the battery, just the listeners need to realize that the true number will be even greater than that, because I don't have 1,200 watts of solar. I only have 700. So whatever answer we get, the true answer will be even better. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Nice.
So And one other thing that maybe we'll get to delve into, is something I came across. Now, in my opinion, in my research, the two best companies out there that do solar generators are Blue Eddy and EcoFlow. And so it's kind of like the Ford and Chevy of the solar generator, field. And EcoFlow came out with something that's pretty cool. It's an air conditioner that the first generation was like a 4,000 BTU AC unit that would connect into their solar generator, which I think the one that is comparable, the one I have, is called the, let's see, the name of it. I had it written down here. It's, the Delta Max. That's the name of theirs. And so it's exactly the same as the one I got. But they recently released the second generation of the air conditioner. And the cool thing about it is it runs off of DC power.
Oh,
Yeah.
And DC pulls way less energy than AC does.
Yes.
So maybe one day we can even, get our hands on one of those and do some testing on that. But it's exciting to see that, come out. And the BTUs, they upped it. It's I just looked, it's 5,100 BTU on the new one they just released.
Wow.
And it also does heating. It's got a 6,100 BTU heater in it. So, I mean, I'm just blown away because the first generation was just AC only. So now they see you've got a heater built in.
Yeah. So when we build our house on the new property, which started 5 Acre Tech, that is one of the things that I plan on doing, is to put an AC in there and probably go with the Blue Eddy system to operate the office. And so we'll put that in there, operate the office, the whole garage, probably a 30 by 60 building. And that's the plan, to do that. So then we can actually, by that time there should be some new equipment to come out, and we'll dabble in that, try that out.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting to think of the possibilities of what you could use it for.
Yeah, even though I'm going to have the grid tied in, basically the goal is to be at least in the garage and in the office area, and connected to where our travel trailer is going to be connected to, all be on solar. And then when we build the house, we'll leave that off. We can always just, if the weather's bad, power's out for a long period of time, we'll just go over to the travel trailer and or the office, and we got power, have the internet there. So the internet will be for everybody that will be on the property. It'll work out really well.
Talk about disaster preparedness or emergency preparedness. You have a Blue Eddy like that, and what it could do in that AC. I mean, you talk about South Texas, if it's generally not freezing down here, more likely to be in hot weather, and that can be crucial to survival, really.
Yeah. It's been so hot. A few weeks ago, we got we put a winch on the 0-turn lawnmower, the bad boy, and we worked outside, my son-in-law and I, to get that on there. And by the time we went out to mow, I was already sick. I mean, it's been an extra 10 to 15 degrees higher than normal, and I was sick for a couple of weeks. Just, had to really stay inside. And then he just kind of did the same thing a couple of days ago, just working outside, changing the oil, just a few hours, but he did it in the middle of the day. I don't think I would have, but anyways, sometimes you have no choice. You got to get things done. And he got sick from it. So if you're not used to being outside, drink lots of water, stay in the shade, wear the appropriate clothes. That's why I like this shirt so much. It's so hot. It's basically keeping the sun away from me. It's kind of like a sunscreen. So nice.
I was thinking what you said about projects like that you're working on, where you need a space cooled and you might even need it heated, because lithium ion batteries do not like to be too cold. If it gets below a certain temperature, it'll damage them,
Yep.
So it's like having the solar generator where you can cool a space and heat a space. and also keep the generator itself at a nice cool temperature or a warm temperature, depending on, if it's summer or winter. Man, that's a win-win.
Mhm.
Yep. So
sure.
have you guys ever had this happen? You're making a cell phone call. We're gonna go a whole nother different direction right now. You make a cell phone call, you pick up your phone, go, "Hey Caleb, how you doing?" And then you hear back, "Oh, and when you went up, it's a bad connection."
I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said, well, what you do is you stop. Call the person back, reboot your phones. You go through all these things to try to make that phone call again. But if you guys happen to have an iPhone, you can do a FaceTime call or a FaceTime audio call.
I can do a WhatsApp.
Right.
I'm with you, Ronnie.
Yeah, thanks for sabotaging my little episode here of this product. But they're right. You can use another product. So if you're in the iPhone world, even if you wanted to make a call to an Android person, you can text them a link to FaceTime so they can actually make a FaceTime call with you, and or use something like WhatsApp. And there's a lot of other apps out there where you can make a phone call over the internet and it will be as clear as this podcast. I mean, it really will compared to the regular phone. So there are other options. You don't have, a lot of times the cell phone services will just kind of flop and there's glitches but maybe their internet's up and running perfect. So it's something to think about.
Something to try if you're struggling with a phone call and you're in need. Yep.
Just got to make that phone call, hang up and call back on FaceTime audio, FaceTime video, WhatsApp. There's other apps out there. It's a really, really easy way to make that phone call great again.
Cool.
Make the phone call great again. I think I heard that somewhere. Yeah, I don't know about that. But what else we got?
I think that's it.
I think we got something about a light switch.
I think we need to save that.
We do?
Yeah, we only have. Yeah.
Okay, we'll save that. So
is it a teaser, kind of like Caleb's?
Yeah,
Caleb's here for a teaser for when we do the research, and then the light switch. Stay tuned.
Yeah, this is kind of exciting. And on that note, thank you for listening to 5 Acre Tech.
Thanks, Caleb.
Thank you.
Oh, thank y'all.